Okay, let's see if I can shoot Chad's camera down here. What do you think?
Please don't.
Okay.
If you miss that far off, then something's really wrong with your shooting.
Maybe there's something wrong with your camera, Chad.
My camera didn't do anything to you.
All right, here we go.
503 yards.
503 with the Daniel Defense Delta 5. We got them up here visiting today. We'll talk a little bit more as we go. I'm going to shoot a few shots. All right.
Impact. Headshot.
Ooh, that wind is picking up a bit, isn't it?
Impact.
Oh man, I could really take that camera out with this thing. Let's see.
Please don't. Ooh, just off the right shoulder there.
It nicked it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it? Mm-hmm. Did you see it jump over?
It did.
Wow, that was cool. The way that bullet ricocheted off the shoulder of that target. That was crazy. Did you see that? All right.
Right over the top of the head.
Yep, saw that.
Got a little bit of wind coming up behind us. It's probably pushing it up about a tenth or so.
All right, I'm gonna bring it down just a scotch. Man,
right over the top of the head.
Not enough. We are aiming at a very small target. Guys, welcome back. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. As I said, we've got Daniel Defense up here visiting us, and they brought one of their Delta 5 bolt actions out. This is a kind of a new product for them. They're kind of new to the bolt gun market, and it's a really interesting rifle that's got some cool stuff going for it. One thing is the hammer forged barrel, which I feel is a pretty important feature in a rifle like this. It does use a hammer forged barrel that starts out as a forging, so there's no machining at all. All the contours are forged in the barrel. Everything on it is hammer forged, which is awesome. It's a 1 in 10 twist, 20 inches. It's threaded 5/8 by 24. We do have a DD wave suppressor attached to the front of this rifle, which is Daniel Defense's 30 cal suppressor. It's been working out quite nicely. Sounds nice. We've got M-lock points here on the front of the stock. It does come with a QD echelon. The rail sections are an extra thing that you have to buy as an accessory, but of course we have one of their factory rail sections on here with an Atlas bipod. Okay, this is their stock design. It comes with 1/2 inch spacers and 1 inch spacers for your length of pull. And it has slots in it, so you don't have to remove the butt pad all the way. You just slide them in there and it interfaces so you can adjust for that length of pull. You can see we have adjustable cheek riser. This rifle is set up to take R700 pattern triggers. Okay, you can see this rifle has a Timney trigger in it that is factory set at 4 pounds, roughly 4 pounds. And of course you have a safety in the same location you'd expect on an R700, so it does retain R700 trigger compatibility. The stock is a really interesting arrangement in the way it's set up to be, in a way, kind of modular, but the way that the action mounts into the stock is very unique. It's kind of a modified V-bedding, so it pulls in nice and tight and has a lot of surface area and free floats the barrel really nicely, and this is their stock design. It's set up for AI bottom metal. So here it ships with a 5-round mag pull, PMag, and an AI configuration. Okay, with this particular rifle, it has a 60-degree bolt throw. Okay, so, and that's accomplished by way of 3 locking lugs. If you look at the bolt, it is 3 locking lugs, and that provides a 60-degree bolt lift. It is a floating bolt head, which provides a heck of a lot of leeway for dirt, debris, foreign material, so it's meant to be a very field-worthy rifle that can handle a wide variety of conditions in terms of weather and dust and debris and everything. The bolt handle itself is very nice and tactile. It's got, you know, a lot of real estate there, but not being too crazy or big or anything. The trigger's great, I like it. The magazine release is ambi, okay, so it can be reached from either side of the rifle. You have a QD point on the rear of the stock on each side. okay? And then the QD point that comes on the front of the stock, where it's installed right here, it can be flipped to either side, okay? So it does come with QD points for your QD slings from the factory, ready to go. It is an out-of-the-box gun that is basically a 1 minute or less gun. This rifle has literally, it's brand new. It's had less than 50 rounds put through it this entire day. We literally just went right out of the box and went straight into shooting this thing. It's topped off with a Vortex Razor HD. This is a 4.5 to 27, so a nice powerful optic with Vortex's Christmas tree style reticle in there. In terms of accuracy, okay, most of the testing that we've done, in fact, all of the testing with this rifle, we've performed with Federal gold medal match, 175 grain ammunition. That's what we have access to. That's what we brought out. The 1 in 10 twist with the 20-inch barrel, really handling the 175s just fine. They're stabilizing beautifully. Here in a moment, we're gonna shoot it out to about 750. We'll get on that in a minute. So accuracy, average accuracy with the DD Wave suppressor on there, 0.967 inches. Now that's also Chad shooting 4-pound trigger, his first exposure to this rifle, him grouping it earlier. We were able to keep it under a minute, well under a minute. A few groups were hovering towards, like on the small end, we got a 0.678. On the top end, a 1.383. So that gives you a bit of an idea of the spread of the groups, as obviously, I think right here he's got one round that's circled, which I'm assuming Chad is calling flyer. That happens, or he pulled it. Okay,
it's a heavy trigger.
Look, to be fair, so. Chad's used to his little girly triggers that are way super tiny light, and you just have to breathe on them. Okay, so it's a 4-pound trigger. Now look, but this chimney can be adjusted down.
Yeah,
this is out of the box.
It's set at like 4 pounds out of the box, and it can go down to, I think, like about a pound or so.
Right, there you go. So you can get down to a pound. Okay, so comparing this data here without the suppressor, average group size was 0.862 inches, which is great. Our velocity, average velocity was 2514 out of the 175 grain Sierra Match Kings. The velocity with the suppressor attached was 2512, so no freeboard boost, no change in velocity. Point of impact shift on the suppressor. We're gonna talk about this in a future video, but very quickly, it's like just under 2 inches of point of impact shift at 100. So not that big of a deal, just a quick, little tweak on your zero, bam, you're right back in there, no big deal. And I would imagine also one of the nice things, Chad, about the velocity is not really changing from suppressed versus unsuppressed is that your dope won't change. Mm-hmm. Now, other than the point of impact shift that you have to extrapolate and count for, the dope should be the same.
Yeah, really depends on the platform, barrel, profile, right. All that. Point of impact shift is different for every single configuration. It's just one of those things to note.
When I first saw this particular rifle, one thing that struck me, what it reminded me a lot of, was like looking at a Steyr Scout or Steyr SBS or any of the Steyrs that have those hammer forged swirls that you see. That's a very unique distinction of a hammer forged barrel. Hammer forged barrels are cool because they're rigid. Okay, so as an out-of-the-box rifle, this is a really unique rifle in that you do have that rigidity even with the 20-inch barrel. Also, the system that this rifle uses to actually attach the barrel to the action is pretty unique as well. It uses a collar that they just torqued down, and it uses sort of an AR-15 style extension. So that makes head spacing a snap, it makes barrel changes a snap, and guys, maybe down the road, this is just me talking, there could wind up being barrel change options for this and be able to take this into other calibers, maybe shorter barrel lengths if you want. Say you just do like blind hunting or something like that, and you want a 16-inch barrel to throw on this thing and just be able to take 100-yard shots on a food plot, switch to a 16, throw your can on it, lose a bit of that length, makes it easier to carry. You want to go out and shoot a PRS match, maybe end up getting you, and guys, this is just me talking here, eventually maybe wind up getting a 26-inch barrel or something like that you could run VLDs out of or something like that, and be able to have just quick interchangeability and ease of swapping that barrel. That is something you don't get in R700.
Well, they have like the Remage barrels and then the Savage style barrels that have the barrel nut, but you still have to physically head space it.
Right.
These barrels are head spaced at the factory.
But by using a barrel extension similar to an AR, it makes barrel changes a snap.
It's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna take a few more shots. And we're running 5-round AI mags. We're going to try a 10 shot here in a moment. Some of the 10 shots we've seen have been giving maybe a little bit of issues here and there in certain guns and certain mags between certain guns. So we're going to test the 10 and see how it works. Okay.
Indeed.
You call it. So Chad has the dope for this gun like programmed on his watch. He's like Inspector Gadget for gun dope.
I tried it.
Okay. So you tell me what you want me to shoot and I'll shoot it.
All right. So your first target is the Coyote.
Okay. Coyote.
298, 1.4 mils.
1.4 on the Coyote. All right.
Let me get on him here.
Yep.
And I'm utilizing a new spotting scope setup, which I'm really, really digging. All right. Spot her up.
All right. 1.4. All right. Tell you what. Why don't we brain him?
Brain him. Get him out of here right now. Oh, impact! Made him an eye socket.
I made him a replacement eye socket.
Yes.
Okay, so that dope is dead on, Chad. I'm just gonna aim at that splash.
Go ahead.
And just
ding, right in the ear. Oh, right over the top of his head. That wind picked up behind us just a tiny bit.
It did.
There you go. Impact. Ooh, right over the top of his neck there.
All right. How about a body shot? Right in the heart.
Oh. Oh.
I'm out of ammunition.
Eric can't count today.
I can't count on any day. Doesn't matter if it's today or not. Well, that just simply won't do. Let me just get some more rounds here, and I need to slow down and control my trigger.
Body shot on the Coyote.
Body shot on the Coyote.
Okay. Should be good on wind right now. Impact.
Beautiful. All right, call it.
Move up the line. 362.
362.
2.1.
2.1. You got it.
So I'm using geoballistics, and I've exported the little competition sheet, like dope card, to my watch, which is really, really cool. Very handy for shooting at oddball ranges like this on the fly. Oh, just right.
Wow, it grazed the plate again. Did you see that?
You were like mid-shot, and the wind kind of picked up a little bit.
It did.
So we've got this wind coming up behind us, kind of blowing left or right, which is
all right. Let me give it a little bit of a wind hold here.
2.1. Oh, right over the top of the head.
I can't win for losing, Chad.
Yeah. 2.1. Are you aiming for the head?
No.
Bye. Impact.
It's just a little high. It's more like 2. It's okay. Let me try again.
Go for it. Huh, yeah, it's right over the top.
Yeah, I mean, I was aiming at the head that time.
Okay, yeah, it was right there. If you were aiming at the head, then the elevation was perfect.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Next target?
Next target.
443, 2.99. So I guess hold right at 3.
Right at 3? Okay. Yeah. Get that.
Please don't let that bullet skip up and hit my camera.
So shoot the camera? Is that what you're saying?
So shoot the camera. Yeah, go ahead. It's insured.
You got it. All right, I'm just gonna hold for 3.
Yep. Right over the shoulder. That wind, like the wind is blowing those rounds like just a little bit high.
All right,
when it picks up behind us.
Let me bring it down.
Did you see your impact there?
I did.
Okay, just correct for it and hold when the wind's giving you an issue. Impact.
Oh wow, yeah, that wind really is pushing that bullet around. All right, so
well, you know, it's not a 6.5 Creedmoor or nothing like that, you know.
No, it's not. It's okay. Let's see. All right, I'm going to use the wind hold I think I need, and I'm going to try to shoot the bolt.
All right, send it. All right, you impacted.
High and left.
Yep, high and left right over the shoulder.
Yeah, because the wind died down.
I'm telling you, man.
I can't win.
You grazed the
It grazed the head.
Yep.
Yep. I still can't count.
Counting coppers.
It's accurate. I mean, I'm happy with the 100-yard groups for an out-of-the-box gun. I'm sure this thing will start to find its own.
Well, it's still not even fully broken in yet, man. Impact. Just right of center.
Very good. Is that near the bolt?
No, you're more the center of the plate.
Okay.
So.
All right, we're gonna try this 10 shot. And I'm gonna work the bolt with a bit of authority. One thing I was noticing earlier, if you kind of play with the bolt and kind of not really work it real hard, it seems like it doesn't want to work as well. So I'm gonna try just really working the bolt on this 10, see if maybe if we have any problems out of it.
Okay.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
Go for 5 again.
All right, and that was 3.7?
That was 3.7.
Okay.
Take your time with that trigger, you know. That's the thing that was throwing me off earlier, was just that little bit of heavier weight. And the trigger shoe is a little bit wider than I'm used to as well, but you know, it all come in time, just getting used to the gun. Impact. All right, run it. Same old. Impact. Same hold. Got a little bit of wind picking up. Oh, wind picked up behind us and it went right over the top of the head.
Yep.
Good. Impact. Right over the top.
Yep, right over the top. It's amazing what that tailwind will do.
Impact. Now these are half-size D28s out here. These are 12 by 20 inch targets. Impact. Got a little bit of wind behind us.
All right, I'm gonna bring it down just a scope.
Yep. All right, fire. Get it out of here. Impact.
Man, that adjustment, that's what it took, man. I get like 2/10. So if I would have been using the same hold, it would have missed right over the top of the head. And that's why those other shots missed.
Yep.
Wow, it's so crazy the difference that the wind makes. Just that little bit of tailwind that you noticed and called it. That's exactly what it was, dude.
Trying to be a good spotter.
Oh, you are.
Impact.
Come here.
Got a little bit of wind.
Go down 2/10.
Impact.
Good call.
Have a hang
That
up?
was it. No, that was it.
Oh, okay.
So that mag worked.
Cool.
Like I said, it was just some reports that people were having with some of the 10s. It's not something that would be something that everybody would deal with. Just want to mention it.
Indeed.
And we haven't tried any metal AI mags. We don't have access to those right now.
That's because
we can only afford the poor man's poor man version.
Dude, I mean, the mag pulls are half the price.
I know.
Like, good grief.
So I think it's clear to say that at 500, I mean, short of the ones that were the wind was throwing me around, But once we're kind of where we need to be, what are we shooting about? 6-inch group, maybe?
I mean, it's still probably keeping MOA. I mean, but it's it's hard to say on a day like this with the wind pushing us around so much.
Yeah.
Like get out here on a day with hardly any wind and really like put some rounds on steel and group it at long range.
Agreed.
I'd probably say they would hold MOA or better. I mean, honestly.
Let's shoot it at 750.
Sure.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna take some shots with the Delta 5 out to 744 yards with the gold medal match. And Eric has conveniently, I mean, the Mag Fairy has conveniently loaded me several magazines of ammunition.
Go ahead. Laugh it up, fuzzball.
All right, so.
What movie is that from, y'all?
Let's see. Do you know?
Let them ponder for the rest of the video.
Okay.
So what was your dope?
7.26, and look, I'm just gonna.
Go 7.5, because we got the wind in our face.
I'm gonna dial 7.2.
Adventurous.
Actually, I'm gonna dial 7.3, and then I'll just, correct off of that. Because it was kind of, 7 mils is kind of way down in there, in that Christmas tree there.
That is a weird hold, isn't it? And
yeah.
we do have the wind right in our face, so. Hell.
All right. I'm gonna send her and see what's happening.
Give 7.3 a shot and see what happens. Are you aiming at the little one on the right?
Yeah.
You shot right over the top.
Yeah.
Good windage.
Okay.
So I guess go back to 7.2.
Okay, right over the top.
That's a half-size D28 at about 750.
Wind good. Wind's right in our face right now. So.
Yep, go. Just off the right edge.
Okay.
Give it about 2/10 of a hole to the left. And you'll hit right in the neck at your elevation based on where that bullet hit. Impact. Upper right edge of the quadrant, right on the shoulder.
Got it.
His left, our right.
All right, let me see here. Bolt is very, very fast with that 60-degree throw.
Impact. Keep doing that. Impact.
Ah, no!
You can't count either. Impact. Impact.
I mean, I'm just running it fast just to get him down there. All right, let me take my time here. I'm gonna shoot the big gong and just kind of shoot a group.
Go.
I'm gonna hold center.
Impact, dead center. Impact.
Actually, I'm out of umo.
It goes fast when it's 5.
I know.
Impact.
All right, just taking my time.
Doing good. No call.
Well, that's weird.
Might have. I couldn't tell. You might have nicked the edge of the gong. I can't really tell. Impact. Right on the right edge.
Yeah, weird.
Give it about a 1/10 or 2 of a hole to the left.
I see it.
Impact. Keep doing that. Impact. The wind died down and it hit a little further to the left than you probably wanted.
Still
Good.
can't count. I'm so used to like.
I mean,
10,
the
10 or
wind is
15
throwing
round
us around a little bit, but very acceptable accuracy.
Yeah, it's 30 cal.
It's not 6.5 or 6 millimeter, little laser beams.
Yeah, but you don't want to be down there.
No, not quite. Let's see. Let me try the little tiny guy again.
Go. Impact.
Definitely getting a little bit of mirage off the
Lower quadrant of the plate.
yeah, getting a little mirage off the barrel. It's not a, super heavy profile, so got a little bit of,
Wind's picking up.
yep, I got it.
Impact.
I didn't hear it. Did you sure?
Yeah, it hit on the bottom of the plate.
Okay,
Bring it up a bit.
got it. That may have held too much.
No call. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you missed. Yeah, your last two impacts were towards the bottom of the plate.
Okay.
Impact. Headshot. So split the difference.
Ah! All right. I keep doing that. I can't count.
So you understand my struggle.
I know. Ah, all right. Here's the 10 shot. All right, let's see if it'll run for me.
Yeah, just work that bolt with a good bit of authority when you're running the 10. I think that's the key.
All right, let's see.
Impact. Good shot. No call. The wind's really blowing.
Yep.
It's blowing the spotter around. Impact, good shot. Right in the center. Do that again.
All right, yeah. It's drifting about,
A foot.
no, it's drifting about, 0.3 mil. When the wind's been in our face, it's like 0.3, 0.4. You got to hold high, and it's doing about 0.4 left. And the wind,
call.
the wind literally died down right in the middle of that shot.
Yep. And the wind could be blowing different down there.
I mean, this is a long way for 308. I mean, like 800 yards, especially for the velocity we're getting out of the factory ammo. 800 is a good long way for this cartridge. It really is. I mean, I've got a hand load that I'm pushing out of my barrel to, like, you don't want to know. It's dumb. And it gets on out there a little bit, but whew.
All right.
Go ahead. Face still.
Impact. 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 No call.
Wind like started blowing right in my face.
Yep, I think so. Impact.
And that's all she wrote. Well, she
10
worked.
Tell you what, I know you were saying that 800's a bit of a stretch. Let's put a plate at 9 and try just a few rounds at 9 just to see what happens. Let's do it. All right, guys, we're gonna take a little bit longer shot. We're at 878 right now.
We think.
We think. Our rangefinder's a little bit acting up a little bit, so we're anywhere from 878 to 900 in that ballpark.
No,
we think.
More like probably 850 to 878.
Okay, all right. But we're shooting a very long way, 175 grain gold medal match out of the Delta 5. One thing I didn't mention earlier, now Chad was doing some great shooting there. Very, very good accuracy he was getting out of this thing. We're gonna punch it out to a little bit longer range. The bolt knob is threaded. So that's one thing that I didn't mention earlier, that it is threaded. So maybe down the line, there could be some custom options coming out for the bolt handles. Also, they switched to a much beefier screw for the bases, from a number 6 up to a number 8 to give a much beefier screw for the scope base, to give some nice, more surface area for those screws to dig into.
Very cool.
All right. Okay, Chad. So we're looking at 9.7.
9.7 total.
I've got 7.7 dialed into the HD here. and then I'm gonna hold 2 minutes.
2 mils.
Mils.
Your windage right now is showing left 0.6.
0.6?
There's really not any wind right at the moment, but
10-4. All right, I'm gonna go for it, man. We'll see how good our math is here.
send it when you're ready. No idea.
Just low.
Yeah, you must have hit the block.
All right, well, we do have the wind blowing in our face a little bit. I'm just gonna go about another 0.3, Chad.
Give it a whirl. Windage was good. That was just right, it looked like.
Yep, I saw it.
That one was just maybe left.
Yeah, I know, I held left for the wind a little bit. It's okay.
It's a long way for that thing.
It's a long way for a 175.
Just low.
Well, it may be further away than we originally calculated, Chad, because I'm adding about 0.5 mils. So I'm gonna go a whole nother 10 mils because it's still hitting like a foot under the plate.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give it just a little more.
You give it just a little bit more. Just low.
Wow. Okay.
Just left.
Wow. Okay.
Impact.
All right, I know where my hold is now.
Upper left quadrant of the plate on that shot.
10-4. I'm gonna bring it down just a hair.
Impact. Low right quadrant.
I love it.
And there's Mr. Wind.
All right, I'm gonna give it a little more elevation for the wind because it's right in our face.
Oh yeah, it's good too.
Get in there.
Impact. Upper left quadrant.
Got it.
Closer to center that time.
Yep.
But
I think I know where to hold, man. We're good.
Do it.
Do it!
do it now.
Do it now! Get in there.
Impact. Nice center shot.
Okay.
Thing's got some hang time, baby.
Yeah, it does. Needs to join the Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh, yeah, impact. It's up there on the top.
Woo!
I lost track of it. Impact. Impact. More
Get the
wind in
wind.
our face.
It's
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
you got it. It must be in the top left.
Okay, we're gonna pump them out. It looks like I'm shooting a pretty decent little group down there. Now that we got the wind figured out.
Well, you know, it's like a 20-inch spread.
Well,
But it's on there. It's 18 by 24.
let's have a look. Let's see. Ready?
Send it. Impact. Impact. No, got it. I couldn't tell. Oh no. Hang on, stand by, stand by. I came off the glass. Oh no. All right, send it. Impact, look like. Yeah. Impact. Impact. You got it. You're like grouping right there in the top center of the quadrant. Impact. It's a satisfying sound. No call. Got it. Impact.
No rounds.
Favoring right there, like near the top of the gong, kind of center to the left.
So once we got on a bit of a string there, within minute of angle,
Probably close to it. Probably.
Okay.
That group, that whole cluster of shots in the top left area is probably around maybe the 10 to 11 inch mark, give or take. That's where most of your last shots landed.
I'm satisfied.
Pretty dang cool.
I'm satisfied.
For factory ammo.
Yeah, for factory ammo and especially being a 175. Really cool stuff. Guys, definitely want to take a moment to thank you for watching today's video. We hope you enjoyed it. This has been just sort of our initial exposure to the Delta 5. I am going to be picking up one of these rifles to do some more experimenting with, especially once the quick change barrel, I'm calling it quick change barrel, but once the barrel change options become a little bit more out there and prevalent, we will experiment with this platform a little more. I like it. It's great. Really, really cool rifle. I mean, you know, we had a little bit of a shaky start with the wind playing with us, but I think once Chad and I got that wind situation figured out, I think we started definitely getting more hits logged, which is great. Chad did some great shooting there at about 750, and then we punched out a little further. This is the longest distance that we filmed on the channel, so this is a first for us. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. All of our Patreon supporters, you guys are wonderful. Thank you very much. Those of you who purchase man cans to help support the channel, thank you so much for your support. Those of you who purchase t-shirts, merch over on the website, thank you so very much for the support. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.